How are you guys? It is whatever night this is. Sunday night, the day before Cinco de Mayo for all you people who like margaritas, salsa and chips and tacos. Everybody likes tacos, but you know what I'm saying. Specifically, Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo, tomorrow. So they say. Maybe I got that wrong. How is everybody? How are you guys? How is everybody? Hi. Hi, you guys. Hi, you guys. Hi, hi. How is everybody? Hola. Hi. Oh my God, it's going so fast. I got to go over here and check the chat. Turn this off. Okay. And check the chat over here. Let me see. All right. Hi, you guys. Hi. I can see you over here. Now I got to read it kind of like over here on the side. I still have to hook my other computer back up. You know me, I can't do anything on time correctly or whatever. I get confused. I can't see it there. All right. Hi from Toronto. Hi, you guys. Oh my God. Okay, like I'm totally whited out by these lights. I've got to get the lights right. I got to get everything right. Okay. Hi. How is everybody? Yeah, somebody's fine in New Orleans, and I am so, oh, my nose is still itchy. I am so hungry still from yesterday. Yeah, I just did my hair. Oh, look at the white patch there. I just did my hair. I went on a long hike. I did Cactus to Clouds yesterday. Yay, London, Ontario. So I got to Palm Springs late. In the like usually I got up at 1:30. I think I left by 2:30. I had to feed Tallulah, tell her to stop being a crybaby. She's right here. I had to tell her to stop being a crybaby because when I leave, she gets totally mad at me. And I don't blame her because she didn't get fed for a good 12 hours. No, 12, more than 12 hours. I didn't get back till 5 at night. Anyway, yeah, I had so much fun, but let's see, tell me what you think of dementia. I don't want it. I don't want it. So yeah, I got to Palm Springs a little bit later than usual. And how do you not tone? I've never toned. Oh yeah, I pull brass. I just double bleach. If I see yellow, I double bleach. Like I'm a natural blonde, but I'm a darker blonde. So, yeah. So that's what I did. That's what I did. Yeah, I don't use toner. Toner doesn't work. Toner lasts approximately a week and it washes out. So they charge you 40 to 60 bucks for it. They put toner on it, looks fine for a while, and then it washes down and leaves the ends weird. I pull a little bit of gold like right there. And if I don't like it, I double bleach. I'll just bleach over it again. That's what I will do. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't use Olaplex. I don't use any of that stuff. I don't do what people tell you to do. I don't do that because I don't believe it. No, purple shampoo I don't use. Maybe but once every there goes some of my hair. Once every 6 months. So I got to Palm Springs late and then it was hot. So at 5 a.m. it was already like 70 degrees. Super hot. The desert was hot. The trail was packed with people. Packed. And then I forgot my sun hoodie. So I climbed up and climbed back down. Not all the way up. Like half a mile up. And I'm like, oh, I need my sun. And I left it in the car. So I went back down. So it was actually probably like 5:30 I started. And yeah, when I came back down at night after hitting the peak in snow, it was 95 at the bottom. So I got down. I was like, just shoot me right now. Shoot me right now. I've had enough. Then I'd drive 2.5 hours back home. So that's what I did. That's what I did. It was really fun. I don't do what people, yeah. I don't do, when they tell you Olaplex, I've been bleaching my hair since I was 12. So 12. I'll be 60. So that's how long I've been bleaching my hair. So I know what works for me and I've done it myself for years. My kids used to do it. John used to do it. Anybody who lived in my house did it because I'd come by and I'd be like, hey, can you get the back roots here? So that's what I would do. Etobicoke, I know it. Michigan, I know it too. So I know bleach on my hair. You know, I started at 12 too. Wait, you started at 12? I didn't start at 12, but whatever you did start at 12, tell me what it is because I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. Okay, so like you guys, thank you for that BFF trucking. What's your opinion on psychosis? Well, I've had it a few times. I rather enjoyed it. The last time I had a psychotic break, I went into the doctor in the hospital, and the lady psychiatrist was talking to me. And the whole time she's talking to me, the voice in my head is telling me, oh, 13, I got you. You started dying it at 12 too. I got you. I forgot what I was saying. So the lady psychiatrist was saying whatever she was saying to me. And no, this is Joico, Redken Flash Lift. Yes, this is Flash Lift. I have Joico as well. So anyway, the voice in my head told me that she was an escaped mental patient, so I ran out of that room. I've had psychosis a few times. It can be a psychic break. It can be brought on by the energies around you. It can actually be a spiritual thing. It can be a trauma-based thing. It can be all kinds of things. What do I put on my eyelids? Matte makeup out of the matte, plum and something, whatever that color is. This is all MAC on my eyelids. Ah, look, there's Lou. Lou is still pissed off. She's pissed off because mommy was gone and she doesn't like that. Hi, Lou. She doesn't like it when mommy's gone. She hates it. She hates it. She gets really mad. Yeah, no, psychosis, honestly, I mean, I've had it multiple times in my life, and yeah, I would say I'm also a psychic person, and I'm very sensitive to energies. Before you label yourself mentally ill, which I can be mentally ill, thank you for that. Before you label yourself mentally ill, oh, hi, Phil, kitty Phil, you named your cat Phil. I call her Lou, but she's Tallulah. She just has a boy name because she's rough and tumble. Was she no, she was actually a psychiatrist. The voices in my head, I told you, they would tell me to kill myself all the time after my stepson died and I had postpartum. That's how much depression, like I lived through that, and I just would stare at people silently. And I told you the funniest story, I considered this psychosis. So we're in a restaurant with the kids, me, John, Jason, and Keith. And Keithy's little. So this is after Jimmy's died, but Keith is probably not even a year. May have been a year and a half, but I mean, he's still just a little guy. And Jason's about 3.5, 4. I think he was 4 when Jimmy died, so he's 4 at least. But so we're in a restaurant we go to all the time in Glendale. I don't know if you guys remember it. Damon's. Anybody in California? Hi, Lulu. I know. Are you mad? She just bit my hand. She's mad. Anyway, we were at the restaurant, and so the waiter came down and he put the glass of water. You know how they put waters? And so it could be a psychic attack. Yeah, it could be possession. Very few people are truly possessed in their body. It's in their energy field. So he put the water down, and I said to John, I go, "Psst, come here." And he goes, "What?" I go, "I think the waiter put LSD in my water." That was the highlight of my, like, off my rocker time frame. And so John looks at me, he's like, "Oh, thank you for that." He looks at me and he goes, "Why is the waiter putting LSD in your water? Because I'm taking you home." I had to go sit in the car, but my mind would tell me that, and I couldn't distinguish. So, yeah, it was, I know, that was my favorite one. That was my favorite, like, nut jobs thing I said. But again, my stepson died, and I had postpartum depression, and neither one was being helped by anybody. So, or a clone. I don't know what you were just referring to, but could be a clone. Yeah. So neither one was being dealt with. So I had heightened depression, postpartum depression, and heightened depression. And, you know, it was a good 10 years before I could even eat properly at that point. I thought everybody was poisoning my food. But you know what I think about that now? Look, she's bathing back there. Hi, Lou. Hi, Lou. Hi, kitty Lou. Hi. She's going to come get my hand. Here comes my hand. There's my kitty Lou. Kitty Lou. Anyway, so yeah, I know they describe it as schizophrenic or mentally ill, But actually, when I was afraid of being poisoned, since I'm little, about 4.5, that could be sexual abuse, things in your mouth, things in your throat, absolutely. But let's look at it a little bit differently. Let's look at it from the point of view the government's been poisoning our food all along, and they're now coming out with that. And I literally, there were certain things I couldn't eat, couldn't chew, couldn't swallow, and I just like refused, right? Just refused to do it. So it's interesting. I think it was about the food being poisoned, to tell you. To tell you the truth, I thought the people who I worked with were witches. Yeah, they probably were. They probably were. Here's my shungite stone. Shungite. Anyway, same smell and taste off with a lot. Yeah, no, that's what I think. They said it was like an eating disorder, orna something. And I do have eating disorders and bulimia. Not now. I've had them and all of that. The food is poison. That's actually factual, whether you're a doctor or not. It's factual. You don't need preservatives like that in your food. You don't need all of those preservatives. So a lot of things that diabetes used to be 300 plus. Yeah. Hi, Ashley. I love you more, Ashley. So much of our food. Yeah, no, the food has been poisoned, but I just wouldn't eat a lot of food. I would only eat certain things. And then they call that an illness. Or am I just psychically picking up on things? I love you more, Ashley. No, they just want people. It's yes. Trauma can cut, usually religious trauma and schizophrenia go together. Absolutely. So it's kind of interesting because a lot of the things, and I don't believe in mental illness as it's currently described in the DSM-4. I love or the DSM-5 now. The DSM-5 and the 4 and the 2 and the 3 were my favorite reading material. I literally would be like, yup, yup. But these are also spiritual things, and these are also psychic things. And so when you're not combining both, because remember, in our community as planet, whatever this is, we literally are told to trust the science and trust the people and trust this and trust that. But that's not what we should be doing because we are spiritual people and we come from outside of this little, Sloan, I'm the DSM, right? I know, I had pages underlined, hilarious. I'd be like, fuck, I got this, jeez. I know, she's playing with everything. Lou, what are you doing? Oh, don't be scared. Don't be scared, Luli. Luli. I dropped the thing and she took off. Anyway, PTSD. It could be, but you are going to have PTSD if you're like a Vietnam vet or you've been through something traumatic, like a death, a murder, whatever it is. The labels, they want to label everybody in our community on Earth. They want to label us so they can try to control us. If they tell you you have a mental illness, they can shove pharmaceuticals down your throat and call you. I know I scared her off there. I didn't mean to do that. You can do all kinds of things. And sometimes it's true with the energy of people that have passed on, or spirit energy or demonic or entity energy. If it's in your energy field, it can throw you and make you very discombobulated, whatever that word is, can make you very much a particular way, right? Those are fake flowers. It's okay. No, my cat, why would my cat be declawed? Why would you do that to a cat? I'm sorry. Why would you declaw your cat? That's just the most abusive thing I've heard. My cat goes inside and outside. I don't cage animals in the house. At night she comes in, but she's free to go outside during the day. And I've never declawed a pet. I don't put their ears back. I don't break their tails and whatever the hell they do. I don't do any of that. I don't do any of that. Like, you should not be declawing your cat. They can't defend themselves. If you don't like the way that they scratch up and ruin your leather purses, your furniture, and everything else, then that's just the way. You shouldn't have a cat. I'm just saying. Okay, look, she's over there. There she is on my messy couch. That's where I slept last night when I came home after doing 24 miles. It should be illegal. I don't know that it's illegal here because, precious people feel they have a precious need to declaw their cats for their precious fucking furniture. I mean, I don't buy, well, this is my studio, but I don't buy new furniture in here because and I hide my camera with the fuzzy thing on it because I know she's going to attack it. So why would I do that? No, it would be terrible. I mean, no, she brings me in mice and lizards. I freed the lizards, but it's her job to hunt. So yeah, I mean, she's gonna do that. She's my girl. She's my girl. I'm not gonna declaw her. No. Even though she got Keithy right here. Keithy's tattoo. She got him the other night. Right there. I was asleep and she went, and I went, oh my God. Anyway, I was going to say, I know she brings me presents all the time. I was going to say, like, a lot of what we call mental illness, like bipolar, this and that, unhealed trauma. Now, keep in mind, when you're a child and you're raped, molested by an adult, I'm going to say it straight up. Any of these things happen to you, the rapist, the molester, your mother, your father, your cousin, your adopted parents, your foster care parents, whoever, your teacher, your piano teacher, your football coach, any of them, soccer coach, I don't care, right? Your mother's boyfriend's cousin's sister's husband, it doesn't matter. They put their trauma into your body when they abuse you. You then, it's like a game of, I don't know what that game is, but when you give somebody all of the shitty stuff about you, the children carry it with them. And it does mark them. Then they have unhealed trauma. They tags them. It absolutely does. Then they have unhealed trauma. And our pharmacists like to say, we have a pill. ADD, your kid's too hyper. Kids are supposed to be hyper. Jason said to me the other day, he said, Meta was at the park with Jason and he's like, she's like a newborn puppy. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, she's chasing her tail all the time. She's running in circles like a puppy, you know, just running around. That's what they do. That's what kids do. Doctors, school teachers, people who shouldn't have the jobs that they have or the power over our world shouldn't have it, right? They tell us that there's something wrong with us. Well, there's something wrong with them, not us, not anybody who's been abused. Okay? There's nothing wrong with us who've been abused. Not you, not your kids, not your grandkids, not your mother, not your father. But the unhealed trauma presents a problem because it gets caught in the body's energy field and then it becomes a spiritual issue. Now, religious trauma, religious narcissism with people blathering about the Bible all day long, or Muhammad, or whatever Mormons are, whoever that guy is, or Scientology, which isn't really a religion in my mind, but none of them are, because they tell you what you're supposed to be doing, like you're fucking stupid. So let me get this right. You came into this planet and you were, Joseph Smith, thank you. You came onto this planet and you arrived, but you need somebody with a book to tell you what to do. Why are you stupid? Are you stupid? No. So, and it is carrying other people's trauma. That's what a molester does. That's what a rapist does, even an adult rapist. Rapists in prison, men in prison, okay, which we allow, which is sickening. Why do we allow men or prisons, aloha? Why do we allow prisons to allow the inmates to be abused? Who the fuck is running these prisons in our country? I'm not saying they shouldn't be locked up. I'm not saying that. They've done crimes, whatever. But why is societal sex a thing when you're locked up? Why is that a thing? And what I mean by societal sex is you're in a guy's prison for 15 years. I guess you're going to take it up the ass or fuck somebody up the ass. Pardon my language. But if somebody is not wanting to do that, why is the rape and degradation of a human being allowed, all for sex, under the guise of we're going to use the justice system to teach this person a lesson? First of all, you're not the justice system if you allow that to happen. So the judges, the cops, the establishments, the prisons need to do better, because what they're doing is they are putting, because they're sickos. Yeah, no, I know why, but I'm asking you to think, like, not you, you know why too. Yeah, they shouldn't have their own moral code, though. My point is, when you touch another person's body as a bully or in a harmful way against the person on a spiritual level, the things that they're doing is they are putting their poison into you. And you cannot be rehabilitated carrying another person's demons, so to speak. So it is that you cannot be healed from that. But this, Missouri takes prison rape. Yeah, they should. Thank you for that, Hibiscus. Thank you. No, I know what it is in the background. I know how our government loves to watch human beings be taken down, humbled, fucking controlled, coercively controlled, such as with the stock market, which is a bunch of BS. But on a physical level, okay, on a physical level, it's a problem with the energy that goes into the other person. So you have a bunch of kids going through grade school with unhealed trauma. Then you have adults outside of your kids' 7th and 8th grade middle school selling them weed, fentanyl, booze, and saying, hey, you want to suck my dick? I'll get you drugs. Or better yet, little boy, little girl, give these drugs to your friends. These are free and you can have what you want. That is what goes on in our society. And anybody who thinks it doesn't is out of their mind, okay? You are out of your mind. It happens all the time. Your kids will tell you when they're like 20 what happened when they were in 7th grade. It is a travesty. Kids should not even be in a public school or a private school, technically. I was in both, right? So it happened in both. I've learned bulimia in the private school, and weed and drinking and shoplifting. And in the public school, the same thing, and molesting in the public school. So there you go. Yeah, I'm dead serious. Like, I'm being serious. So when you look at your relatives and they tell you they're bipolar, they're this, they're that, those can be descriptions of the behavior. Okay, yeah, my son told me when they hit 20, they tell you everything. Exactly. P. Diddy's court case, P. Diddy's court. Of course it's the same I was at a Christian boarding school. Of course it's the same. You think because it has the word Christian, the drug dealers don't go for that? The drug dealers go for that because you believe Christian's good and you won't keep an eye on your kids because you're like, they're at a Christian school. I don't have to pay attention because I'm paying money. I love MAC makeup. This is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing MAC lipstick too, but the liner is NYX. Anyway, yeah, you just assume because somebody says they're religious, they're good. This is how society, not you personally, this is how society let these fucking altar boys befriend these weirdo priests all through the Catholic religion so that we have generation after generation after generation of trauma. Now, why does the trauma exist? Because the Catholic Church chose to tell the priests in the I think it was mid to late 1700s, that they couldn't marry anymore. Why? Not because they wanted priests to be just celibate, because there isn't a man on earth that's going to be celibate, not for their whole life and not at age 40, okay? All right? Yeah, seriously. Anyway, the reason that they said it is because most of the women who were married to the priests initially were outliving them. It was a financial grab. And because of their greed for money, the Vatican I'm speaking about, what happened is they brought in a bunch of men who get wound up, and it's probably a great hiding spot for pedophiles and all kinds of things. And then you gave your sons over to them or invited these fucking people into your home like, the microphone's coming out like, hi, I'm the priest. I'm here. I'm here to counsel your family. Get out of my house and shut up with my kids. Shut up with my kids. I didn't do that. John was Catholic, and he was like, before we had the kids, we did the baptism, and he was like, agreeing to all that. He never took the kids to church, maybe once or twice. I took them once or twice, but we just didn't do that. So it's kind of interesting. Yes, you could tell me stories. 100% and absolutely. 100%. But when you're dealing with mental illness, as in the DSM-4 or 5, I think it's 5 now. Let's look it up. I've forgotten. I think I have DSM-3. I don't think I have my 4 or 5 anymore. So, oh my God. Anyway, people are texting me shit about my stupid TikTok. Anyway, the DSM-4, 5, the descriptions of the behaviors, 5. Yeah, I do have that one actually. The descriptions of the behaviors are accurate. It's the cause and effect of the behaviors that I disagree with. Not all the time, but on a lot of points. And I believe that it's spiritual. I believe that when you have trauma and it's unhealed, such as the death of a child when you're a little kid and you have a sibling that drowns, you have a divorce where there's violent people and you have to do things. It's trauma. Your addictions are trauma-based. So my friend's son, 25, she won't let him go. Just sad. Yeah, well, the kid's got to set boundaries. Okay, Diddy's Diddy's trial is not going to be finished in one day. It'll probably be held over. There'll probably be other things. And just like Jeffrey Epstein, we're never going to know who the pedophiles are, but you do know who they are. Just turn on your TV set and you'll know. That's right. Look at a Congress meeting and you'll know. Which brings up Bill AB 73. Let me check that that's it. And I did get the numbers transposed. Bill AB 793. The bill in California shot down by Democrats. I don't care if you call me a Trumpster. I'm a neither. But here's the thing. California is Democratic run. Very few Republicans have any say-so in this state. That's a fact, okay? That's why we have the largest population of homeless and people shitting on the streets not wearing pants. Because we are run by Democrats, and I'm going to say that. So I live here. My tax money is being foolishly used, etc. The bill, AB 379, I'm looking that up right now to make sure I got the right bill. AB 379. Yeah, California amendment, okay, was brought to court or brought up for voting last week, okay, on National Victims Week Day, whatever, when they wore blue jeans there, these bunch of fucking losers. Anyway, they stopped it, Newsom included, for the 16 and 17-year-olds that would be sold. These people don't think it should be a felony when your teenage kids are trafficked by a pimp. And how I'm serious. I'm so serious I can't be more serious. Why would that be a thing? Why would that be a thing? Why would that be a thing? Toronto, my people, why would that be a thing? Why are we the only state out of 50 states that does not make it a felony to sell teenagers? I'm curious. I would like to hear you defend that, you bunch of bitches, because you're either a pedophile, you're either a procurer, a pimp, or you're a sick fuck, okay? Because yes, California Democrats, 50 to 22, voted it down so that it is not a felony to sell a teenager, okay? I don't care what they say. It should be a felony. It should be a felony. Do not argue with me about this. You will not win. Because I'm going to call you a pedo if you argue on the side of the people that voted that down. Well, the reason they gave us is specious. It's a separate argument. And Instagram blocked my post on it. They literally censored it. No, they have to be pedophiles or you're trafficking kids. It has to be. It has to be, or it would not be happening. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, Gavin Newsom there's a guy on TikTok who's in Arizona and he I don't know his name, but he goes against the government, like for your own property and taxes. And if you can build like a guest house and this, that, and the other, right? So he does this on TikTok. And so when he's talking about septic tanks and how much it costs to put a septic tank in, He goes, and they're worried about where the Newsom goes. He's using the word shit and interchanging it with Newsom. I found that funny. All right, I'm sick. But anyway, yeah, I love California, but they're determined to take it down. They enjoy doing what they do. They need to be removed. They need to, let's see, holy shit, I live in California. Look it up. Look it up. I'm on top of it. The reason I'm on top of it is because I did little Emily Pike video on California. We are the only state of 50 states that does not call it a felony to sell minor children, minor being 18 and under. So probably all the way from birth, but of course they don't include adoption in that. Adoption should not be allowed. Why are you trafficking kids? You know, the concept of adoption had nothing to do with giving them a better life. It was, you know, Georgia Tan Adoption Agency, Joan Crawford, all of those people adopting. Aren't you special because you adopted? Oh, you stole and paid for. Okay, good job. Anyway, yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. It is terrible what goes on. Any government agency that goes in to, like, actually, here's what I'm going to say. If you're a, I can't vote for, yeah, I mean, exactly. The government on a whole needs to be restructured, and these people need to be the homeless on the streets. I literally was driving down the street and I had the kids in the car and I was looking out the window and there were teenagers crossing the street. Okay. And I was getting gas, teenagers crossing, like a group of kids from school. And there was a homeless guy with his dog. The dog looked really and it was like 5:30 in the afternoon. The dog looked fine. The homeless guy had his pants down and there's two girls standing right behind him. And other kids coming down the street and they're not looking at him. They're like not looking, but they're not responding because this is so commonplace. There are people sleeping on our streets. There are tents everywhere. There are tents everywhere. There are people going to the bathroom on our streets. There are people, I don't care if you're Angelina Jolie and you adopt a kid. Why the fuck are you adopting? You're not a good person. Sorry, don't come for me if you adopted. I think the premise of adoption, it could be okay in like 2% of the people. The rest, your family should step up. Somebody in your gene pool should step up. Otherwise, it's also trafficking. I don't care what you say. The adopted child doesn't have a choice. They're handed over and given to strangers and then given to another bunch of strangers. And yes, I'm adopted. And no, I grew up really well with money. My parents were not good, but I grew up with money. I had every advantage. You don't have a right to put me in that home. Nobody has a right to shop for me, okay? Or any adopted kid. Get that in your head. Stop thinking it's better for the kid because you're 15 or 16 or whatever you are. No, it's not. It may be nice that you want to take a kid in. I'll take kids in too. But your adoption is trafficking. Keep that in mind. And no, don't come for me in the comments. Don't tell me I'm crazy. Don't tell me you're a good parent. I'm not saying you personally are not a good parent. I'm looking at it as a whole on the board. Why the fuck would your family member think that their kid is going to be better off outside of them raising them? Even if they are a drug addict, help them get sober. Help them get sober. Deal with the trauma that probably comes from them being molested, which is why they got pregnant so young to begin with, or neglect or abandonment. Stop saying they're better off without their fucking family. Stop saying that. You teach them to give their kids up and abdicate their responsibility. It's like, I would adopt you. I'm too old. I don't want to be adopted. I was a ward of the court when I ran away from home again. I was adopted and given back. I was adopted and then became a ward of the court again. Yeah, that does wonders for your self-esteem. That makes you, you know what that does for you? So when you're adopted, my mom and her twin adopted. So sad. It's so sad. Do you know what that does to you? What that does to you is your own family doesn't want you. You're not 5 years old and thinking that your mom's a drug addict or that she was 14 or that her uncle raped her and got her pregnant, or better yet, her father got her pregnant, or better yet, they're Catholic and it'll look bad. So you're going to go to the baby home on a vacation out of the country and have a baby and come back. Because that's Christian. Catholic Christian, you fucking weirdos. I mean, yeah, let's go hide that. Like, what is that? Adopted too. And I was told, oh yeah, I was told I was chosen and special. I resented the hell out of my parents for saying that to me. I knew as a small child, no one chose me. I was in a place and a baby and therefore a commodity, first. Secondly, I reject wholeheartedly being chosen and called special. I came from people who should have lived up to their responsibility. And if they couldn't, they should have had a family member step in. Right? Stress can bring on psychosis too. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I think. I resent. I knew as a little kid, it had nothing to do with being special. It had to do with these people not being able to have a kid and wanting to take a shortcut. Take a shortcut. Take that shortcut. But I'm going to cause you trouble. I'm going to cause you trouble because I'm going to be my own person that's reflective of my genetic DNA. And you're not going to understand it. And then you're going to make me the problem because you don't understand who I am. Because it doesn't fit into your narrative of who I should be. Because the reason you couldn't have a kid is because you think weird. That's why. Or you have medical problems, and that's fine. But who told you you're supposed to take someone else's kids? Why is that even in our consciousness? It's not nurture or nature. It's nature, not nurture, whatever that is. 10 homes before. Aw. 10 homes. See? Of course, yes. It was religion and out of wedlock. Who said, like, you're 15, who said you out of wedlock? Marriage is concocted by the government. Hello? Enter this contract with the government so we can hold two people accountable. And if the person is a dickwad or a bitch that you married, you got to go to court, you got to pay money. Now you're stuck with some motherfucker that you married in your early 20s. They could be decades older than you, and now you're stuck with them because you procreated and they can threaten you. Maybe they're smarter. Maybe they're a rich guy with a lot of money and he can fuck with your kids because you don't have the money and you can't fight in court. It's lose-lose all around. Stay single, have your kids, and then it's equal but single. Then you don't have to fight to divorce. You can get up and leave, and then you're just fighting for custody of your kids. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I just want to be single. Yeah. Let's see. I took my I took my friend's 3 boys. Oh my goodness. Yeah. No, when you take a kid and you help somebody, that's wonderful to foster. But the idea of adopting is, because I was given, I just remember I had my birth name, which was Sloan. Okay. I was named Sloan. So 2 years later, I'm changed into this new family's name, and I'm expected to be like this new family. And so my name is changed. Therefore, my energy's changed. Therefore, my expectation is changed. I don't want to be fucking changed. I don't want to be changed. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be changed. Yeah, no, it was terrible. It was terrible. And it's not necessarily the adopted parents' problem. But when I had Jason, because he's my first son, I understood, and I can say, but you say hurtful things. I don't know what you say, but you say hurtful things. I don't know what to say. I don't know what you're referring to. No, I changed my name in court, and then John's like, they do with dogs too. I'm like, yes, because adopted children like to be referred to as pets. Hi, I'm a pet. Yeah, they change your name because they completely own you at that point. And that I found horrific. Even as a little kid, I found that horrific. Just really awful. Yeah, I have the court documents from they changed my name from this to this. And then I changed my name back and pissed everybody off. Helper is a good name. Yeah. That name, I still would have changed it back. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to make it through. Yes, everybody's going to erase your name. Yeah, they erase who you are. Think about that for a second. We're going to hide you. We're going to give you up for adoption. You are born in shame. Out of wedlock, not adopted. Thank you. All the money. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for that. You are right with all the money. Um, when you're looking Santa's little helpers. No, when you're looking at it, they erase the energy of the kid. But if you're pregnant and you're in a religious family, these religious ideology seeking pieces of shit parents that go, we're Catholic, we're Christian, we're Buddhist, we're Mormon, we're whatever, okay? When you look at that, those people don't have an ethical bone in their body. They take their kid because their reputation is more important to them. Instead of embracing this new member of the family, they take their kid and they put them away in shame, have them give up the only thing that's going to matter to them in their life, their child. Okay, you have a child. The parents had the kid that got pregnant, their child. How would they like it if somebody just fucking took the kid and said, you people suck, we're taking your kid? They do that, and then they expect that person to get over it. It's insidious. And it's insidious. It's insidious. No, really, think about it. Religious people have no connection. Yeah, no, I know, right? It's insidious. Oh yeah, Jason, my son. But oh, that's what I was getting at. When I gave birth to Jason, and when he could talk and he could walk and I could look at him, I'm like, yeah, that's my kid. I know why he does that. And when I had Keithy, and then Keithy got a bit older, he crossed his toes like this. So my birth mother did this, I do this, and Keithy did this. We crossed our big toe over the toe next to it. And my mom crossed her pinky toe over. So we all have the little crossing. When I saw Keith's feet, I'm like, that's in our family. That's a trait. So that's a trait. You know, and it's ridiculous. So you expect to put person A into this family, and it's a lot different. I know we all have the trait, but I'm saying these are my kids. When this one did that, I'm like, yeah, I get what that is. That is my gene pool. What were my parents supposed to do with it? Were they supposed to say, we're business minded, we believe in like stocks and bonds and 401ks and saving money and corporations and working and this and that and other, and then they have me as a kid. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't need that shit. I'm going to take off and run through a field just to see how far I can run. Yeah, that goes over well. It's a different energy. So it looks good on paper. It's terrible what they do. I don't think it's divine design. They've hijacked the Akashic records. They've hijacked the reincarnation cycle. They've hijacked it. This is nothing. If you can't go out on this planet, and if I hear one more person say to me that everything happens for a reason, everything happens for a reason. Go fuck yourself. No, not everything happens for a reason. No. I just had a client that called me, his son was murdered. Do you think that happened for a reason? Or like, yes, the dreams are everything's manipulated. Some people don't dream anymore. They don't. I know exactly what it is. It's exactly. And Stu, yeah, oh my God, I got to tell you this. So anyway, I'm trying to get my TikTok account back. You guys know this. The TikTok demonic entity will not give me my name back. Okay, my throat's getting super dry, so I'm going to do this. They hijack it. They twist it. They just put it in another timeline. Okay. Oh, yuck. Sorry. My ear, no, it's the light on it. And I have a piercing that's problematic. That one. I probably hit it. Anyway, or it could be just the light right on my ear there. Anyhow, so I was on TikTok, and this stupid bitch on TikTok with, I'm just going to say this, with no followers, it pops up on my feed for some reason, because they're just fucking annoying. Or maybe somebody sent it to me. I think maybe Amanda sent it to me. Anyway, pops up, and this stupid bitch is talking about me, about my video with Justin Bieber. And she's like, I'm an authority. She didn't say it like that, but she's like, this is manifestation, and psychics are fake, and they get you to manifest Justin Bieber, whatever I said in the video. Okay, first off, crazy ass bitch. Manifestation doesn't work that way, or hungry people would manifest food. Poor people would manifest money. That's not how it works. People need to understand psychically, spiritually speaking, when somebody is doing readings, okay? My phone is being monitored. I actually believe that. When somebody is doing readings, this is a calling for me. I'm not saying I like it. I'm just saying it's what I do and have done my entire life. When somebody is a true psychic, a real psychic, okay? A person with a real gift since birth, they give information like a telephone. So the telephone, even though your ex-boyfriend can call you on the telephone and cuss you out, call you a whore, call you names, and fuck with you, does not mean the telephone is manifesting it for the person on the other end. This dumb bitch is like, she's like, yeah, that's manifesting, and you believe the psychic, and then you think about it, and then Justin Bieber has a problem. Dude, do you have like an ounce of common sense in your mind? Do you have an ounce of common sense? Manifesting is conjuring, and conjuring is, but people don't even know how to manifest. You follow The Secret. You follow, you know, what's the other thing? The law of attraction. I want a new Porsche, so I'm going to think about it. Tony Robbins style for like 6 days on end, and I'm going to do this. That's not how it works. You cannot just meditate, manifest, and positive think your way out of poverty, child trafficking, whatever else, okay? You can't. You can't do that. You can make steps to certain things, but co-creation with Abraham Hicks. Don't get me going. Not saying everything she says is wrong or right, because I don't know. I can't remember. My brain's been blocked from the, my memory's been erased from the other side, okay? So, yes, there are no innocent billionaires. Thank you for that. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. That is 100% right. This stupid bitch, and I'm going to call her a stupid bitch because number one, she's, I was going to say race baiting me, but we're both white, or we look both white. She's baiting me online and knowing it's going to piss me off, using my name to up her volume. And then I go to her, you're using my name. You know what she says? Nobody knows who you are. You're not famous. And I'm like, she goes, you're not even famous. I'm like, bitch, I didn't say I was famous. I said, you're using my name. So it's the gaslighting, and they're trolls. But yes, that's right. Intuitive gifts, psychic ability, mediumship is tapping into energy, depending on your body's frequency, how you resonate with the energy. And it is also communication. Just because you, I know, then why steal from you? She's trying to gaslight me. Bitch, I lived with the best for 38 years, 7. I lived with the best gaslighter on planet Earth. I grew up in a home of gaslighters. You can't gaslight me. I'm not buying it. Oh, God. Yeah, it didn't get me mad. It just made me fucking laugh and decide to do a video out of complete boredom. And call her, see you next Tuesday. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not going to fucking gaslight me. You're not going to do it. I've been gaslit up the ass for years. Oh, please. Anyway, but what I find funny is, this is so stupid. When you have real psychic ability, when you have real psychic ability, okay, meaning I'm not talking the level or how you use your psychic ability. It is information. And another comment, I thought famous in small fry comparison to historical. I am in small. I didn't say I was famous. I said, you stupid bitch, and I'm going to keep saying that. I said, you're using my name to get more followers. And she is. I said nothing about being famous. I didn't even say that. You are using my name to up your channel or your handle or your whatever, asshole. Anyhow, when you use your intuitive, psychic, whatever ability, you are giving information. So the next thing I wanted to point out is this ignoramus and ugly person that she is. Cover those mirrors in your house before they break. Anyway, this person also said, okay, wait, now I just went out of my head as I'm making fun of her, which is terrible. I need to be a grown up, but at almost 60, I can't. I'm sorry. Fuck you. I'm not backing down for anybody anymore. No, what was I going to say? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I forgot. It just went right out of my head. Look at that. Right out. Oh, that's my daughter. I wish I could see what she does. Okay. Petty queen. I can be petty too. Um, no, but when a psychic, oh, that's what I was going to say. She said, everything you say is so negative. So here's the thing. Facts are facts. They are neither negative or positive. You put your negative or positive spin on it. Obviously, someone being raped and murdered is negative. I consider it such. However, relaying the information to the person, I see this, this, and this, is simply non-judgmental. To be judgmental in a reading, and you don't want this kind of psychic, if they're afraid to tell you something because they're judging your ability to take responsibility for your own emotions after you tell them what you see. So you probably don't want a psychic that's like, I can't tell them that. Well, then she's going to you for information, or he, and you can't tell them something because you're afraid of the person's reaction or you're afraid of what you're saying, okay? So that's not a very good psychic there. You have to really be non-judgmental and let the information go. Believe you me, you just have to say it, whether you want to. You don't have to be an asshole about how you say it. And it's not your job just to sugarcoat or make it worse. It's your job to relay what you see as information that you're picking up, because the person coming to you is coming to you for the reading. So whomever the psychic, medium, male, female, doesn't matter, astrologer, whoever it is, when they see something, they should tell you, because that's why you're paying them to tell you, okay? That's it. You are giving information. If I hear it, I'm going to give it to you. I can understand why you might not want to hear it, or you may want to hear it, right? I can understand that. But like I'm going to say, when I heard the information that my son was going to, one of my sons was going to die, that was said to me in my head, okay? By those fucked up voices I hear. That was the information given to me. It prepared me to know that that was going to happen. All right. I didn't know which son. I relayed the message to both sons, their father, and a group of people. I went to psychics and asked them which one of my kids is going to die, because I knew it would be by September. That is not manifesting. That is not wishing. That is not the intention. That is the information preparing me before it happens so that I can handle it and not actually die on the spot when it happens. That is how I receive information. And it's happened a multitude of times to me in my life. It has nothing to do with me wanting the person to die or not wanting the person to die, or seeing this or seeing that. But I spoke it because that's the kind of psychic I am. If I see it, I will say it. That happens to me. That's just the way it happens. That is not bad or good. It's information I'm relaying, and I've done it with myself. That's it. I started saying to both my boys, and they both laughed at my ass. I said, whatever it is you two fuckers are doing, and that's how I talk to them. This is what I get. This is what I'm seeing. It's going to be by September. The two of you need to fucking watch what you're doing. Driving, running, whatever. What I should have said is you two need to be locked in the room upstairs, and that's that, and not go out. I couldn't, my psychic friends couldn't pick up on it. They could see the chaos. They could see everything. Thank you, Flo, for that. Thank you so much. Let's see. Yeah, information is everything. Yeah, that's how I talk to my boys. Listen, you two bitches. And they came down the stairs, and John was there. And John has heard me say this. He lived with me for 38 years. This is how it works with me. If you ask me a question, and I'm not going to get everything right. That's another thing. I'm not going to get everything right, but I am going to say what I see, whether you deem it negative or positive. The responsibility for you to handle the information is on you. It's not my job. So when you have some neophyte online sitting there going, it is my psychic Tourette's. When you have some idiot online saying, well, you shouldn't say it like they don't understand the energy. It's information on a whole. You asked the fucking question. Don't open the doorway. You asked, I answered. And I don't get everything correct. Absolutely not. And any psychic that says that to you is wrong. That's a wrong thing. You can't know if you're going to get everything right or wrong, or the way that the information is given is based on the way that you can receive it. So at different times in your life, it can be received differently, right? Yeah, I mean, it can be. If I don't get it, I don't get it. But I've told clients, like when I used to have them come to their house, and I can't remember which client it was, but whoever it was, I remember them calling me and going, I had a car accident, like you said. The way that I told them about the car accident is to watch your driving, because I feel like something's going to happen with your driving. So, it happens. That happens. But I couldn't get which one of my sons. I heard the wording at Lila's birthday party, my granddaughter's birthday party, as I was sitting with the adults at the table, and I blurted it out. That's how I work as a psychic. I will not be shamed. I will not be humbled. I will not be told what I am. I know my intention, and I will give the information the way that I give it if you fucking ask it. And that includes for myself, because I blurted it out, and it happened. It didn't give me the exact date, July 29th, but I got by September. And that's just how my body energy receives it. That is neither negative or positive. That was happening whether I thought about it, knew about it, didn't know about it. It was already in motion for me to pick it up, period. If you understand energy, you understand that when a psychic gets the energy, it's already set into motion, whether you're on that timeline or not. So there is no manifesting anybody's death or not death or marriage or da-da-da-da-da. That's called manipulation. So when somebody says that to you, when you're doing a reading on a public person, I might add months before that person acted out of their mind recently, right? Months before that person acted strange, you're just reading the energy because you were asked to read it. The person saying that you are manifesting it is manipulative in their own life, or they wouldn't word it that way. They would know how a psychic operates, and they would do it, they would verbalize that differently. But because they think that you're intentionally manifesting that to happen and manipulating people to manifest it on a grand scale, then they are the manipulators, or they wouldn't be posing that way. Also, when you look at people who have relatives that have cancer, brain tumors, car accidents, and they're in the hospital with their loved one, and their loved one is on life support, and they have prayers going around, prayers and prayers and prayers, and their loved one dies. Are they manifesting that? Aren't they manifesting the person living? So why did the person die? Do you see what I'm saying? God decides that. Even if it's murder, God decides whether to take that person as a reaction to those actions, okay? So my Keith was not going to do good living because he would never have been able to walk again or ride a motorcycle or swim or play sports or ski or play basketball or any of that. He would not have been able to do it. I am glad that he was taken rather than being paralyzed from the neck down. Sorry, it's true. My son was athletic. So God made the choice, knowing Keith's soul, to take him with him rather than have him stay here just to satisfy his family who could see him in that horrible state. Now, some people, that's their thing. They stay here and that's a thing. But I'm glad my son left for his own whatever you want to call that. I am glad. I would not want to see him in a hospital. And that brings up an interesting thing. You guys ask about Johnny, who was in a horrible, the equivalent of what happened to Keith. I mean, in the two accidents that Johnny had, every part, and Johnny's a Sag, every part of his body was, oh God, I'm so sorry. 14, Lisa, I'm so sorry. Ugh. Johnny, that's so horrible. Johnny, my friend that got in the car accident, his body was broken. Now, as he lay in that hospital bed, when his sister said he was in a coma and I didn't see him and I couldn't see him. And as a psychic person tapped into his energy, I could feel the energy deciding whether to stay or go. And Lori and I were talking every day and we're freaked the fuck out because we're like, shit, if he lives and he can't move, this is going to be fucked up because you think I'm active, that guy's active. Anyway, my other psychic friend could feel him in the in-between making the decision and literally straight out said, if he doesn't come back and fully recover, as in be able to move, he's not going to stay. So when he stayed, we knew he was going to make a full recovery, and he is in the process of doing that. His feet are moving. He's the back, he had the back surgery, the neck was broken, the back, all of that. Everything is healing systematically, and it's been since February. He still has about a year's recovery. But what I'm saying is he will be able to physically move and walk around. So the choice was made, but he was making that choice while he was in a coma, which was really interesting, okay? That's a choice he was making. So it's interesting. People make choices for different reasons, and I don't understand the concept of that. But he's totally a warrior. He blows my mind at how well he's getting. It makes me wonder, though, why some people don't understand psychic energy. I think it changes your life when you come back here. His energy was in limbo. I saw it in limbo. My psychic friend saw it in limbo. Lori saw it. She's also my psychic friend. But Lori, she's the one that introduced me to Johnny a long time ago. They went to church together, and so she introduced me to Johnny, and we've been friends ever since. But she could feel it, I could feel it, and it was just really super interesting to be able to feel the energy and then to watch him pull himself back into himself. It's been very interesting. Very interesting, to say the least, with that. But when you listen to somebody who purports to understand the way metaphysicians work, with the way psychics work, the way psychic mediums work, and you can't understand, oh, Elizabeth, I'm sure, in the vessel, in the car, in your car, in your suit. But if they don't understand how psychics work, they make ignorant comments which keep people. There are con artists, there are liars, there are people that, do this or that. But here's the thing. Here's what I try to do. If I'm going to do a video on any celebrity that you guys ask me to do, I will put it out there months before it happens. It won't have hit the news what's going on. Case in point, stop that, Lou. Case in point, P. Diddy. Case in point, Chester Bennington. Case in point, Chris Cornell. All of those videos were in 2018. Now people are saying what I said now. Not then. I put the videos out then. I timestamped them in order to kind of show the way that the way the energy picks up. So I don't do it at the time, not when it hits the news. That's obviously not psychic. Well, you can pick up energy from it, but it's not predictive. So I do it that way in order to put it out there so that you can say, well, she got this right, that one was off, or whatever. That's why I do that. So when somebody comes on and says, fucking this, I'm like, are you stupid? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, my son got me to start the channel, but I'm trying to explain to you the way that psychics work. All psychics work. They may not want to tell you something because they know you're going to say something to them. Like if they ask if their husband's cheating and you say he's cheating and they're like, he's not cheating. He's not cheating. I don't believe that. Why the fuck did you ask? Number one. Number two, you may not want to hear it and you can keep it to yourself till you find out, what's going on, right? But the way that they try to make you think that I'm controlling your mind by doing a video, making you think something, is insanity. And then saying, well, they get something right, but it's public. No, I do my videos before it's in public. I do my videos before it comes out in public. That's why I do it that way. Unless you ask me to do somebody like that Liam Payne, that I think I did that like 2 days after he passed, and Gene Hackman, because I just did because you guys asked. But normally I do it way, way ahead of the time, or way, way after. Like if it's somebody who's died years ago, I mean, it's just going to be whatever. But that's why I do it. So do I believe in reincarnation? Yes, I know we reincarnate. I've seen it. However, that doesn't mean the cycle of reincarnation hasn't been hijacked, such as you come here maybe 2 or 3 lifetimes, you work on whatever your issue is or whatever you're supposed to do, right? And then you elevate and move to a different dimension. What's happening now, and I can see this with people, I've been around people who've died. I've seen people leave the physical plane, strangers and family members, meaning I've come up, 1 year in 2012, I came up on 3 accidents and was there when the person was alive and when they crossed out, and saw them leave and picked up on the frequency of it. So the reincarnation cycle, what happens is they're wiping us clean. So when we cross out of the physical body, we immediately think, due to shame and guilt, that we have to come back here to work something out. Don't do it. Just go. I'll live with that shame and guilt. God can punish me. I'm going to a different dimension. Yes, they're blocking them. So we are in fact cycling back here way over the time. And then another way to keep us here is by distracting us. So if you have a purpose, whatever it is, sometimes our purpose is just, we don't know what our purpose is, okay? We don't know. It could be simple, like saving one boy from drowning in a pool while you have your kids and you're at a YMCA swim camp. And it could be just as simple as that. Like, that's your purpose, to save that kid's. Yes, it's looping. It's very much. But do I believe in reincarnation? Absolutely, yes. I've seen it. I've seen souls try to come in certain people and leave and come back and leave and come back and leave. Yeah, mine's to be a mom, a psychic told me twice. Yeah, Lulu, it's very possible. I don't judge what people's purpose. Sloan, do schizophrenics heal once? Absolutely. Everything that you have here is gone. And schizophrenics, this has been my experience with them. This is just my personal experience. No, I'm not a doctor. I don't work for Big Pharma, but they usually come from some kind of religious trauma. So I have many necklaces on. They're all necklaces. Schizophrenics come from like religious trauma. Yes, reincarnation for pets. Absolutely. Because pets are healers. Pets are healers. Yeah, I want to see Julia, I'm with you on that. Pets are healers. Yes. So what the hell did you just ask me? Look at that. It just went the fuck out of my head. It just went right out of my head. You were asking me something. I was answering it. Now I can't. Yes, crown chakra tingling is normal. Information's coming. Don't let them take over, though. Blinged out. No, I always wear all of these. This is good. No, my friend made the mushroom necklace. This is shungite and moldavite that one of you lovely sent me, and I can't remember who sent it to me. This is garnet. These are my chains. This is my original wedding band that we found after our house was robbed, and they stole my upgraded wedding band. The little stone fell off. Oh yeah, schizophrenics, thank you. And then this is my cross, and then there's moldavite down there. Schizophrenics, it's a religious trauma. Also on a psychic level, they are very open and can't shut the door. And that's usually because some sort of trauma entered into them, depression, anxiety, and that's what happens. So yeah. Yeah, I did the Delphi. Yeah, blocking dimensions. I mean, people don't believe it because they believe in this world. They think that your money matters. The way to get out of the reincarnation cycle is, excuse me, I know, I'm just like, I know, right? Okay, hold on. Hi, Lula. Hi, kitty girl. There she is. Look at her. Is Kitty being naughty? Are you being naughty? Look at her. She's so sassy. She's so sassy. Sassy frassy. She's like, feed me more. You left yesterday. The reason we keep coming back is because we have desire lines. So like if you didn't make money, you hate being poor, you die, you're like, I wanted to be rich. Guess what? You're coming back. I really wished, she's not chubby. You don't call a girl chubby. Be nice. She is not chubby. She's curvy. Shh, don't call my cat chubby. She is not chubby. She's just all furry and she's not chubby. She's got a beautiful body. She's just got a lot of fur. Don't be mean. Lou, I know, right? I know. Nah, she's not. She's not chubby. Oh, God. So the goal is not to have, I'm defending the cat's weight. I've lost my mind. She's got a lot of fur. She's got her winter chubby coat. She's fluffy. Yeah, but no, I mean, she's literally fluffy, not fluffy for chubby fluffy. She's a cat. She don't care. Anyway, like my biggest fear is if I cross out of my body and I see Keith and then Keith tells me he's going to reincarnate back, I'll be right back with him. But here's the problem. What if it's not Keith and they're tricking me? That's right. What if I'm body shaming a cat? Tallulah doesn't care. She's my girl. That's what I think. Like, what if they trick me and tell me my Keithy is here, but it's not really my Keithy? Okay, you guys were speaking of Moldavite. Look, well, first, I'll show you these. That's what I'm afraid will happen because I'm hoping Keith will get to me before I get tricked because I'm an idiot when it comes to my kids. Okay, look, shungite earrings right here, shungite. I haven't put them up on the website yet. I got to price all these, shungite. And then I just want to show you this. So this is a gorgeous, just tap. Yeah, well, I hope I can tap into them, you know, I mean, and then look at this. This is, I have not put these on the website yet. Look at this, Moldavite. This is my Moldavite hookup right here. I have a hookup. Anyway, this is it, the Moldavite. Look at this one. These will be going on my website. The energy harvesters that keep us here as slaves. We're a slave population. We are a slave population. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Moldavite. I just picked these up. I'm going to be putting them on the website. I love them. They're my friends. I have some little casual pieces that just got shipped. And then I have, oh God, this one. This one is so pretty. I haven't taken pictures and put them up. I have a whole bunch of stuff I'm selling. I know. Wait till you see this piece. This is Moldavite on Moldavite. It's faceted Moldavite with raw Moldavite. Oh, I might have to keep that. Anyway, there's that one. And then, okay, there's this one. I was taking those out of the package. This one is like my little one here. My little Moldavite, that's a big one. And this is a shungite necklace, shungite. And then I have another mold. Oh my God, these were fascinating. Look at this one again, look. Isn't this gorgeous? A heart-shaped. I'd keep it, but that's the last thing I want. It's a heart. Okay. Wait, hold on. Wait. They say you lose Moldavite. Oh, yeah, no, I had a collection of Moldavite going back 20 years. I'm like, I don't have a clue where it all went. No idea. This is called iron meteorite, and this is from Sweden. I hadn't heard of this, but look, I like this one. The other ones are a different color from other countries, but this was the, it's a Swedish one. Anyway, I have all of these guys. They're all living here. I'm sad to give them up. I don't want to give them up. I know, it's beautiful. It's too strong for me. Yeah, I love Moldavite. I'll show you what I'm carrying. I only kept one piece because I'm weird like that. I like to wear them in my bras. One time I was in Silk's class and I had a piece of Moldavite in my bra and I went upside down and it fell out of my bra. And the girl's looking at me like I dropped something out of my underwear. I'm like, don't worry, it's a crystal. That struck me as super funny because I have a really sick sense of humor. Oh, I know. I love the crystal. I was like, do you think I just dropped something out of my undertrunks? Oh, God. Okay, so this is, they're very expensive. I haven't priced them yet. I have to see what I paid for everything and then make a slight profit. I won't be making that much, though. You don't really make much on jewelry. Thank you for that so much. Thank you. Thank you. These are my two Moldavites. I had this one. This one I've had for like about a half a year. And this came in the new batch. Can't really see it. There's two people in this one. I can see them, but I had to hold it up on the mountain. My first time taking this out, I got these last Moldavite Benoit balls. Yeah, that's what happened. I'm like, no, it's in my bra. I swear to God. Then I showed her and she was like, okay. Oh God, that was funny. Anyway, this is, yeah, this is raw. This is, I took this to Palm Springs with me. So this one I kept from the new batch. I just got them last week. And the other one, what did I just do with it? This one always comes with me. It's just that I like carrying them in my clothes. Yes, I do like the desert glass as well. Absolutely. Over 10 grams an investment. Yeah. Well, some of these pieces, that little piece I pulled out was 5 grams. So yeah, I like them. I have to have Moldavite around me. So some people like diamonds. I like Moldavite. Yeah, I have every crystal known to man. I have lapis is really good for Moldavite. Is the same energy. Yeah, Moldavite is crazy energy. Crazy. Citrine, I love. Black tourmaline, I have. Moldavite will, like I said to my friend, I'm not going to say which friend, I gave her a piece of Moldavite last week that came, because I got some little pieces too that are pretty, like 20 bucks, these little guys. So I gave her one of those because she has a hard time dating. So I said, you want to fuck your life up? Trust me. So I gave it to her. And I said, take this home, put it in water, distilled water for an hour, and then, you know, wear it. It'll put you right where you need to be. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Yeah. I have black obsidian everywhere. I'm going to start selling my crystals again. It's hard for me to let go of them. They're my friends. They're my little friends. So it's super hard. Like that guy is my friend. Wear Moldavite with Tektite. Well, Moldavite is a Tektite. So Tektite, there's different Tektites. Moldavite is a Tektite. So is the Swedish iron meteorite. This one that I just put back in its package. This is also, oh no, it's not a Tektite. There's another word for it, sorry. There are Tektites. When you ask about Beyonce, everything they say is true. I'm just going to say that. Everything they say is true. So this is my little stash. I've got to price all of the Moldavites here. The package. I have pyrite too. Yeah. You look at this one. This one's a huge one. Isn't that pretty? Look. It's a gemstone for your necklace. I know. It's very powerful. I live with Moldavite on me everywhere. Will they have... No, they don't have certificates. You're just going to have to trust me. It's Moldavite. I know Moldavite, but... I get it where I've always gotten it. Sounds like I'm a drug dealer. I get it where I've always gotten it because I know where I'm getting it. So for 20 years, I've been wearing Moldavite. Yes, Mr. Moldavite has eyes. Yeah, exactly. It's very pretty in the light. It was spectacular in the snow, in the sunlight. It was really lovely. Distilled water just to bring the energy, and then if you put it under your pillow, you'll lucid dream. If you put it in your shoe, it picks up your energy. I wear it in my bra, so it's my friend. And actually, by the way, I lose a lot of sterling silver. Yes. Yes. Faceted, it's sterling silver. I got them from a dealer that comes into the warehouse. A dealer. A rock dealer. That's where I did. Yeah, gold is powerful too. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know. Yeah, Johnny's doing much better. All right, you guys. Guess who has to clean up? Because guess who's working tomorrow? I've got to clean up. When I finally found my tram pass, because I do Palm Springs quite a bit. But as I got to the tram to go down, I was like, where the hell is my tram pass? I dropped it somewhere like a freak. So I had to get a temporary pass to go down. Selenite, yeah, I've selenite. This is selenite right here by my Buddha. See the selenite? That's a big raw chunk of selenite right down there. I have selenite everywhere. Selenite is in every corner of my room. Selenite is everywhere. It lives everywhere in my house. I have it over, I have like 6 obsidian balls. My kitchen counter is full of obsidian. There's no food in there. The grandkids came over, looked in the fridge. They're like, what the hell's in here? I'm like, nothing. 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 Yeah. So, okay, you guys. Yeah, the verdict of the Diddy trial. I haven't even looked at it yet. I mean, I hope he's going to jail, but, you know, Epstein, I hope the information would get out. They don't let it out. They're never going to let it out. It's terrible. Shungite and obsidian. Yes. I'm obsessed with obsidian. Obsidian is my life. I love it. Okay. Yes. No, it's not for the week. All right, you guys. Mwah. Bye, you guys. Selenite's the best to sleep with. That's what Johnny asked me to bring him to the hospital because he had it in his car, in his truck, and he said, I think it saved me. And then he's like, but I don't have my truck anymore. Not funny. So I took him selenite, so it's with him in the hospital. I took him some other crystals too, so they're around him in the hospital to help him heal. Yeah. Okay, bye, you guys. Thank you for coming by. Bye, you guys. Mwah. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.